You have been leading people for any length of time, then you know that each one of us is motivated differently. We communicate differently, and we even view tasks and relationships a little bit differently. Now, while these differences make for a beautifully diverse workforce, it can also be a challenge knowing how to lead, motivate, and inspire your team, especially in a remote or hybrid work environment. Luckily, it's possible to understand the behavioral nuances of your team. You see, social scientists have broken down human behavioral styles into four different categories: dominant, influencing, steady, and compliant. Now, we all have some of all four of those categories inside of us, but typically we will tend to have one or two dominant or natural ways in which we are wired. And understanding the nuances of the dominant behavioral styles on your team will help you become a more effective leader. Now, last time we discussed the dominant behavioral style. So if you missed that video, you can catch up on my YouTube channel. But today I'm going to give you some actionable tips to help those members of your team that are more influencing in their behavioral style. We want to help them become fairly successful in a hybrid or remote working environment. And this particular behavioral style tends to struggle the most with the remote work. You see, these people are naturally outgoing, they're optimistic, they're passionate, and they're very trusting of individuals. However, when they get stressed or if they're not positioned correctly, especially in a remote team, they can show up as being undisciplined, they can get easily discouraged, they can become overly ambitious, and a bit of a show off from time to time. Now, the part of remote work that they value the most is the flexibility. This spontaneous employee loves being able to work from anywhere and enjoy more social time with their friends and their family. However, too much flexibility or a lack of social connection with the team can lead to some missed deadlines and a lack of results. So these amazing employees are really quick to connect and they are socially focused, which means they're going to be most effective when they can work through people to solve problems and make an impact. So here's your action tip for helping the influencing behavioral style be successful. First of all, provide them with opportunities to work with others. Next, offer them flexibility and variety in their day-to-day work. And finally, allow them to delegate details. And here's another tip. If you need them to follow through on some details, make sure you follow up with them in writing. So next week, we're going to be unpacking the steady behavioral style. So I hope you'll join me for some more actionable tips to help you retain, attract, and lead high-performing teams in a hybrid and remote work environment. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the weekly newsletter. Leadership is a journey. It is not a destination, and you don't have to journey alone.